This is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again. Yeah, just like the other time, I have to drain batteries. Yeah, the guy in front of me's got electric XP. He just passed me. He's going pretty fast. Yeah, he is going pretty fast. Well, I am on the Magicycle Jaguarundi today. Every one of these bikes, I have to drain the batteries. I am full blast on all of these batteries, so I've got 100% on all of them. But again, like I said, I've got to drain these batteries down to maybe 70-75%. For storage. Now, that sound that you hear is the front brakes. Hold on. This is the problem when you're when your kickstand doesn't get in the way of your pedal. Sometimes you forget to kick the kickstand up. So I was hearing the kickstand kind of rubbing on the ground because it was down. So I had to stop and kick it up. So yeah, when you store your bikes, for more than, say, a month, you should really drain that battery down to 70-75%, something like that. And that way you can leave it in a longer storage mode. Well, let's turn here. You leave it in a longer storage mode, and it'll be safer for your battery in the long run. Over the winter months. Now, obviously, we're not in winter. We're just starting in the fall. But I know I can't take all of the bikes out all the time. And so what I decided I would do is I'm going to drain them all down to the 70% level. And then the night before I go out with whatever specific bike I'm going to be using, then I'll charge that one up to 100%. I think that's probably better, because if I wait until winter time to do this, I've got a number of bikes to have to do that draining, and of course that means a lot of riding in cold weather, which I don't want to do. So do it now, charge them up as you need them. I think that's actually my best bet at this point. Leaving all of them at 100% doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because I can't use them all at the exact same time, and some of them could be sitting around for 3-4 weeks before I use it. And of course, with winter coming up, I may not even use it. So drain now. That's my new thing. So now, if you have multiple bikes too, I know a number of you guys actually have more than one e-bike. You might want to consider that option, and then just charge it up the night before, to 100% when you need it. And then when you recharge that battery, bring it back to, say, 70%. The problem is you can't really figure out where 70% is. when you're recharging, that is. I mean, how would you really know that? The only alternative you could really do is you could take a voltmeter and then measure the voltage every now and then. But what a headache that would be, having to charge a certain amount, disconnect everything, take a voltage reading, and then if it's not there, plug it back in. That's a headache. So I don't know what the best way to do it is. But battery health is important, of course. You don't want to just kill your batteries and leave it at 100% all the time. That wouldn't be smart to do either. So a couple questions came up where people asked me what I thought about the battery fires. We covered that in the last video, but it might be worth mentioning one more time. Battery fires do happen. I have a lot of lithium-ion batteries in my home. I have to worry about those type of things. So I kept thinking, some type of enclosure for the battery while it's charging might be a good thing. But then I kept thinking, is that almost like creating like something that could explode and get shrapnel? I don't know if it's got that much power to do that, but I've seen some of these battery fires on YouTube, and they just pop. Each cell just keeps going off. So I don't know if it's possible or not. Who knows? It's a lot of individual cells inside each battery that you have. So yeah, we got to find a good solution for that. I wish the manufacturers, or at least battery manufacturers, can tell us what would be the best way to deal with this. There's a lot of bugs around here. Last time I rode past here too, I almost had a mouthful of gnats. I'm getting hit by bugs like crazy on this path here, in the face. I almost don't want to even talk. I don't want a mouthful of bugs. All right, where is my bell? Oh, my bell is way over here. Thank you. I have to keep thinking where the bells are. Each bike has the bell in a different location now. Some have them on the right, some have them on the left. This one has it way over on the inside over here because it needs clearance. The handlebar's not as wide as some others. And so, kid waved hi to me on the scooter. Yeah, a lot of people are pretty friendly out here. Not everywhere I go does that happen. But around here, yeah, the people are pretty nice, I think. There is a ton of bugs. I could actually see them flying as I'm looking to the side. I can see them flying across. I'm getting off of this thing. Gotta go on the streets or something like that. Maybe that'll... Maybe they're hanging around wherever there's grass or something. I don't know. Yeah, always make eye contact with the drivers. Like that guy, he slowed down. He looked at me. I looked at him. So he knew I knew he was looking at me. And then I went. Gotta be safe. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of pedaling. I was going to just use the throttle because the throttle in general will eat up more battery quicker. But I hadn't pedaled a whole lot today. I took the bike out earlier today, which was the Engwe EP2 Pro. And then I took a break, took all the footage that I recorded. We still call it footage, even though it's not footage of film. It's things you recorded, but we still seem to use the term footage. Took all the recorded information and uploaded it to the computer, then came back out and jumped on this Jaguarundi. Kind of drained this one. I'm going to try to drain several bikes a day until they're all to the level that I need it to be at. So I estimated I need to drop 7 or 8 miles per bike, which would bring me down to the level that I need to be at. Now, I did remember to reset the trip meter on this bike. We're at 2.7 miles right now. The thing is, 7 or 8 miles are short videos for us because, as you know, most of the time when I do videos for you guys, I'm usually doing 18 to 20 something miles of ride. I don't know if all of that always goes on video. Sometimes it doesn't, but that's how long I usually ride. And Jaguarundi has a pretty decent range, so it might even need a little more than 8 miles. We shall see. And it has cruise control, as you know. So wherever I leave it at, like right now it's running on cruise. It's doing an 18.5 miles per hour range on cruise control. Yeah, today is Monday, Columbus Day actually, as I'm recording this. And Indigenous Peoples Day, I think that they said. So they celebrate both, which to me makes sense. But I'm surprised they didn't give the indigenous people a separate day of their own. They did it on the same day as Columbus Day. Let's take a left on this one. Yeah, the noise that you hear on the front brake is the rotor rubbing up against the brake pad. It's actually no big deal. I actually prefer to hear that than hear squeaking of brakes, quite frankly. It's the little holes that are inside the rotors. When the brake pad rubs up against it, that makes that sound. Here. You hear that? That's not a big deal. To me, it's not a big deal. Some people, it would drive them nuts, but I'm okay with that noise. I just don't like the squeaks. Oh, I didn't mention to you guys, being today is Monday. On Saturday, the Ocelot, my brain is going away. The eBike has been sold. So yeah, one of our, I don't know if he is a subscriber or just a viewer. I have no idea. I never asked him. And he came down and picked up the bike. And we were able to fit it in his minivan. We ended up loosening the handlebar so that the handlebar was lower, and we were able to keep the bike vertical and slid it between the two rear bucket seats that he has for the back of the minivan. And it just rolled right in there. It's like a custom fit. So the two bucket seats kind of held the bike up and everything. So yeah, thank you to him for, and his wife came as well, for coming out and picking up the bike. I hope they have good success with it. And yeah, it's a nice bike. It looks nice and everything. It's just because I'm taller, it's harder for me to pedal and everything. So had to let that one go. In time, other bikes will go as well. I can't keep all of these things forever. Let's go further up. But considering that these bikes have come in and they are all relatively new, I haven't had much time to ride them all, as I usually do on our videos. So yeah, I want to keep them till next year so I can ride them more. And then as new models and things come in, then I will have to release some of those bikes. But man, there's a ton of bugs. I could literally see them flying. When the sun is illuminating them, I could see them flying all over the place. Should be wearing a mask. could smell insecticide and stuff that they sprayed on this path. I gotta get off this path too. This is terrible. Yeah, they sprayed everything. Now maybe that's what's bringing these bugs out of the foliage and stuff. Yeah, I gotta get off of this. I can see it. It's almost like oily on the grass and stuff that they sprayed. So, yeah, and they've got these little flags up to let you know that they've sprayed things, and I think that's what's bringing these bugs up. Not a good time to be on the path when they do that. You can really smell it. You can smell all the bug spray. I'll get off in a minute as soon as I can get out of this. So the front basket for the Ocelot Pro showed up. This is the replacement basket that they sent. They sent actually 2 baskets to me. I put one on this bike, and then I didn't have one on the Ocelot Pro because it was shipped. They did a tracing of it, and they found that it was delivered, but obviously it wasn't delivered to me. It was delivered somewhere else. We never saw it again. So Magicycle said that they would send me out another one, and it showed up today along with the side view mirror. Some of you had asked, why does the Ocelot Pro have no mirror on it when I was doing those tests? Well, yeah, I was kind of waiting for it. I figured it will show up eventually, and I didn't want to put another one on from another brand just to replace it eventually with the Magicycle version. So I just took it off. I didn't even put it on. I figure I don't want to take it off. All right, let's just go off to the side this way here. But it showed up, so now it's on there. I could breathe again. Man, it's terrible. That thing really powerful, insecticide smelling. Ugh. And all the bugs too. Ugh. I think that's what's causing it. I mean, I've never seen that many bugs flying around before. Let me readjust this mirror here. I always tend to angle this mirror a little bit. That way I get a little bit of height and I get a little bit of the bottom too. So it always looks like it's off by a little, but it actually works out better. Some of the side view mirrors on bikes, the mirror sticks out further, but this one, based on this handlebar, I can see my left arm, of course. So I have to angle it a certain way in order to see more. Oh, another thing that Magicycle sent to me is they sent to me cell phone holders, and they sent me a skid plate for my cruiser. I requested that I get one of those things, and as well as 3 of the cell phone holders because I didn't want to keep flipping back and forth between cell phone holders from each going from bike to bike. I'd rather just have a cell phone holder on it. So here's the holder that they sent me. Let me pull off for a second here. Let me show it to you guys. So this one's a little bit different. It's made of all metal, okay? And then this expands out. So when you slide this in, you just tighten it down, and it works out real good. So we had one similar to this that I had bought from Rad Power Bikes. They were selling, I think, the exact same ones, and I had it on the KBO Breeze, but as you know, I ended up selling the KBO Breeze to a friend of mine, and we already had the my friend Stacy's calling. I am going to. I'm going to reject his call here. So, yeah, it was already on the KBO Breeze when I sold him the bike, so I said, just leave it there. He's going to need a cell phone holder as well. So he has the one that originally came with the bike, or it didn't come with the bike, but that I put on the bike. And yeah, I don't want to go here. It's a major street. I'm going to turn around. So so when I saw that Magicycle had the same cell phone holders that they're selling as well, I said, yeah, I think I'd like to get a couple of those. There's, as you know, I've been using another brand of cell phone holders. And I says, well, this one doesn't really cover the whole cell phone. So I guess if this were ever to fall off, it has less protection for the phone because it doesn't have like rubber bumpers around everything. But I kind of like how it clips on and I can tighten the tension the way I want it. So yeah, I said, yeah, let's get those. So they sent me 3 of those, and then the skid plate. So I'm gonna do a video of the installation of that skid plate onto the cruiser. Now here's what I'm gonna tell you before you even see that video. Consider getting a skid plate for the cruiser, right? I put a skid plate, a metal skid plate actually, on the Rad Rover 5, and Magicycle actually makes these skid plates, or at least they get them and they sell them for their Cruiser and Cruiser Pro. I don't know if it fits any other models, but I know it does for that. And what it does, it's a plate that goes underneath the bottom of your bike. Because if you ever looked at the bottom of your bike, all your wires are exposed down there. It's not just Magicycle, a lot of other companies same way. They're exposed, and you know, sometimes if you run over some branches and things, that can kick up and it could actually scratch those wires. So you want to kind of protect that, and so the skid plate will do that for you. So what will happen is anything that gets popped up, it's going to hit the skid plate rather than hitting the wires. And splashing and stuff like that will splash the skid plate. It won't splash the wires, so keep your wires cleaner too. So the connectors and stuff down there will be cleaner. So I figure really that should be one accessory you should seriously consider getting to protect your investment of your bike. Now, I've always wondered why manufacturers don't just include it in there, but you know, if you think about it, everything that we think that they should include would add up in cost, and of course that's not coming for free. So what will end up happening is it'll raise the price of the bikes, and everybody's competing for your purchases, and if they can keep prices down, they have a better chance of selling something, right? So they leave things like that off as accessories that you can consider, but quite frankly, I think you should consider it. It will protect your investment better. So I'll do that video soon, so you can see me actually install it, and then you can see what it actually does. So keep an eye out for that video. Where are we at here? 5.8 miles. I think I could use a little more, ride it a little longer. You know, the thing is these meters, the battery meters, don't really tell you exactly what the percentages really are. So I don't know. We'll go maybe 8 or 10 miles, and then we'll consider it ridden down, because then we know for sure that it's not 100%, right? You used a certain amount of it. Yeah, definitely bugs flying around today. I'm getting hit in the face by bugs. I mean, you can feel it. You can literally feel it hitting you. I wonder how many bugs I've swallowed already. I don't even know. Eating gnats or something. Ugh. So what else has been going on? Well, this weekend was a wedding weekend. Nephew got married. It's on my wife's side. He got married to to his longtime girlfriend of, I don't know, I think they've been going out for like 10 years or something like that. Yeah, it was a long time. So yeah, a lot of people, nobody wearing masks. Let's hope for the best, that we're all protected somehow. But yeah, there's a lot of people there. So we did a wedding on a Sunday, and the photographer who shot the wedding is a friend of mine. She's been, I think we were talking at the wedding. I've known her for, I think she said, we calculated it out to be about 16 years now. And so, yeah, that's a long time. But, yeah, she and her husband do weddings, and I've given them a number of weddings. Yeah, a lot of my students would ask me if I still shot weddings, and I would tell them, no, I stopped shooting weddings, I'm just teaching now. So they would ask me, who do you suggest? And I would always recommend them. They shot my daughter's wedding, and then I shot the wedding of my nephew. So yeah, it's good to run into her again and kind of catch up on things. We're Facebook friends too, so I kind of know what she's up to, but you don't physically see each other for years. So the last time I saw her was at my daughter's wedding. They do a good job. The thing is, if you hire professionals, they're going to do a good job. They know exactly what they need to do, and they do it right. They use the right equipment. You don't have to worry about stuff. When people hire wedding photographers that really don't really have experience, yeah, you take a gamble. Yeah, so you want to make sure you get the proper people doing it for you. Yeah, these brakes really sound, they sound rough, but they work. They're hydraulic brakes. They're made by a company called Bengal. All right, so I see that we've dropped one bar on the battery. Oops, sorry, missed the stop sign there. I was looking down at the battery thing. I know we're on side streets here, so it doesn't really matter all that much, so to speak, because we know there's no cars around. But yeah, I should still be slowing down. Missed that one, sorry. It happens, what are you gonna do? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ride around for a couple more miles and then head towards home, and probably grab another bike. Do another video. You guys are coming along for the ride, because if I don't talk to you guys, I have nobody to talk to. It'll be boring. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time.